Welcome to our video on basic project configuration. During this video, we will review the basics of configuring projects within our system. Let's start by looking at a complete project list. We access it by going to Contracts, Projects, and here we see a complete list of all projects within our system. We see the project numbers, the project names, who the customer is, the department they work in, and then we see the status of each project. Has it started? Has it been archived? Or perhaps the project hasn't started yet. Next, we can look at Activity List, which we access over here in our Project menu. We click on Plan and Activities. Here, we see a list of all activities that have been defined within this project. We have the activity name, we have the start date, the end date for each activity, and the status for each activity. Adding a new activity is as easy as clicking on this new button here, and then we can manually define the activity. However, there is a shortcut. We can click Copy from another project, and here we can either find a project that we've been using, or we could type in one, such as a template. And here's a template right here. And here we see predefined activities. And instead of having them all selected, we can click None and select just the ones we want for this particular activity and hit Save. Next, we can look at the members of our project. Here we click on our members. And here we see the name of each member, their role, we see their hourly rates, and much other information. We can add a new member by going over here back to our New button, clicking it, and now we see all resources that are available to be members of this project. We see their names, their rates, we see the departments they're in, their roles, and much other information. We can edit a rate simply by clicking and updating the rate, like so. And then when we're ready to save, we can just select the resources that we want to add and hit Save. Next, let's look at project properties. We do this by going over here under Project and then Configuration and then Properties. And we can go to our Options tab. And here we have a list of options that are available to us for each project. We have selected 3. We have enabled here description in timesheet required, and tasks are editable in the timesheets. We'll discuss both of these in a moment when we're on our timesheet. And then down here, we've selected that timesheets approval be required by the project manager. So then we would hit Save, and then we'll go back to our timesheet. And so let's talk about the two options that the first two options that we selected. The first being that this description is required. So for this project, the Fort Point project, we can click and add some hours. When we hit Tab, we are sent to a message box where we can add a description. And we'll do like so. We hit Tab. If we were to add time again, this time not enter description, we see that the cell is red, indicating that a description was not inputted. Now we can go back and input a description just by clicking on our cell, like so, typing in the description, and then selecting OK. And now it is no longer red. The other option that we chose before was that tasks are editable. So if we click on a task, we see a fairly long list of tasks. We can select consulting for this task, design, development, travel time, testing, whatever it might be. Some of these tasks are irrelevant for this particular project, and so we'd like to remove them. We can do this by going to our task pricing. And we would do that over here in Configuration, Task Pricing. And here we have a list of tasks, some of which we see have actual hours and some of which do not. we have an exclude column, and for any task that has actual hours already in it, we cannot exclude it, but for these guys we can, and we will. So we'll just click the activities, the tasks rather, that we want to exclude. We'll hit save. And again, this is for the Fort Point project. And now we'll go back to our timesheet. And if we were to click on the task here, we see that those 3 projects are removed. And this list, this pull-down menu, is shorter, and it is more relevant for our resources. And so as you see, projects are easy to configure in our system, making the system itself more valuable and easy to use. Thank you very much.